Hello. Hey, let's go. Fixed. Saved. Yo, what's up? Who is this Chad or is this Shiny? Probably Shiny though. Let's see. I need to shill my. I'm gonna go and shill myself in a few places as per usual. Okay. Your cable is ready. I need to get the website up before I send it. It's almost done. I can send you pictures of it. Oh, sounds good. Yeah. Let's go. That would be wonderful. Thank you so much, Cameron. Is my audio okay today? I've been like playing around with my audio a bit lately, so it could be a little whack. Alright, how's everybody? What switches are on that board? This one, ink blacks, yeah. Yeah, so this one has inks, and the one I'm building will also have inks. Ink doubles. Inks are dank? Yeah, inks are great. I do like me some Gateron inks. So let's see. Wait. What is that thing on my screen? Oh, never mind. Yo, Saturn OG, what's up? This subreddit right now is just people's cars? So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't browse the subreddit at all. Like, the last time I checked the subreddit was when someone linked it to me for the 8008 Rama Cap drama. That's it. I never browse the sub anymore. Like, it's just not my thing anymore. Only RMM and R custom keyboards now. Oh boy. Just remembered something. Yo, do you do the puzzle for Void Walker? I've been trying, Saturn OG. I filled out the entire crossword. I have the letters, but I can't figure out the phrase. So yeah. Bummer time. Yo, what's up, Pudsey? It's so beautiful. I'm never able to get on the good case GBs. What's the crossword? So there's an art key puzzle. Let's do it together. XD. No, I've been trying since like 6 a.m. and I still haven't gotten it because not really. Not true. I've also been like doing work, so yeah. But yeah, it's been a busy day today. I'm pretty tired. It's truly like Wednesday hump day today. I'm just tired today. Hey, Keiki Uru, hello. Send it to me. I can probably get it if it's a word puzzle. Okay, sure. Someone sent him the link, but I mean, okay, I think here you go, Pudsey. Yo, Vaughn, hello. Welcome back for 3 months. Thank you so much for the sub. The resub. So interestingly enough, my resubs don't pop up right away, which is weird. But anyway, so let's bring this bad boy out. So like last time, I actually pre-lubed my stabs this time. I pre-lubed the stabs because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep earlier today. That gaff. Yo, Nathan. What's up? How are you doing? How are you doing, Nathan? Wait, didn't you stream today? Oh, you did. You did. Alright. Yo, Gio. Trade for TwitchCon Corby. Oh my god. Scam. That's a big scam. Yo, Gio, how are you doing? I think aside from that time on Knife's channel and Teha Type's Discord server, I don't think I've seen you. How are you doing? Jukul Bob, what's up? Dun. Yeah, so let's get this going. Nathan, you have too much clout now? Yeah, Nathan's beyond us now. He's keyboard god. Ooh, okay. So a lot of gaskets. Okay. That's a daughterboard and cable. That's bump on some screws. I don't know what the screws. Oh, the screws are for the daughterboard. Nathan is big dog. Yeah, Nathan is ooh, and PCB. Canon keys PCB. I actually did check this out before because I wanted to make sure that VO was on. I heard that the plate was here. Yeah, here's the plates. So this is the IRON165. Whoa, did I unplug something? I think I did. This is the IRON165 plate. It's sharp. Ouch. It's sharp at the edges. It's very sharp at the edges. I actually want to look into the interest check for this because this is like the first time I see an IRON165 in person, and apparently these relief cuts here are all like customized because of they're doing a finite element analysis on this about sound and forces. So kind of interested in that. I'm actually very excited for this build just because it's supposed to be like a well-researched build. I mean, like well-researched case. Anyway, there's apparently science involved, so we'll check it out. It's laser cut, that's why it's sharp. What? We should have a typing test contest for all the popular Keep streamers. Oh, I know who's gonna win that one. Chubies, or like, yeah, Chubies types at like 165 or something like that. I don't even know. Yeah, there's no chance we can win against Chubies. Andy went types fast too. Yeah, no, Chubies, Sifo, actual Glacier, and like Boy 314, easy. They would destroy everybody. But Lightning Keyboards is the fastest man in the world. Okay, buddy. All right. Ooh. Alright. It's just getting in the way. So let's see. Smith+Rune IRON165. Only fair contest is 10 fast toes. That'll be fun. So it's a silver bottom and a gray top. So there's a, I think it's graphite, they said. Oh, sorry, the light's a little bit too bright. It's like graphite and silver. Have you ever watched the Keycap CNC machines? Yeah. How much is the Iron 180 supposed to cost? I have no clue. I cannot answer that question at all because I have not even looked at the interest check. I have not looked at interest checks in a long time. I have to be honest with you. I've been out of it. I've really been very much out of it. Oh, I see. Never mind. Okay. Anyway, so this is our Iron 165. Looks pretty neat. So yeah, looks very, I mean, the shape of this is just, oh, it's just a wedge. It's just a seamless wedge. So I do like this though, because this has the back sticking out, which is interesting. Like this channel here going on. So that's kind of cool. I actually don't like this, but it's okay. For fitment, this is kind of nice, because at least you don't have to make it nice and flush here. But there's a recess port and everything, so that, yeah, looks good. That's the side. Yeah. So let's actually put the case to the side, because we're not gonna need it for now. I already tested the PCB earlier, so we're good on that. I need to figure out the gasket situation though, so I might have to look into a thread for that. Not a big fan of the back either, I must say. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that way as well about the back of the board. I'm just gonna put it here so you guys can still see it while we... Oh wait, actually I'm gonna flip it around, because you guys, that way you can see the badge while I do stuff. Ta-da! And the lighting is absolute garbage, but it's okay, because I don't want to spend too much more money on lighting. That's gonna be a nice sounding board. Yeah, yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's just get these bump-ons on first, because just because they're here. I like these nice small bump-ons. A little kind of cute compared to the bigger ones that I've seen in other boards. It's smaller footprint, so not as noticeable. Unlike like the Matrix boards have like those MacBook bump-ons. Super large discs. Those are kind of wild. So yeah. When you sending me switches, baby? I don't have any I need to send right now. I've pretty much been lubing them myself, so I guess I've been saving money. I guess I'll see if I need to send something soon, but I am actually at a I'm at a shortage of switches. So yeah. I bought some Doge switches today. Dogecon. It's like dog colored. It's like brown and light brown. Who ran those? It was called Infinity Key. I think they're like from Vietnam. I saw it on the Mech Group Buys Discord server, and I was like, okay, these are just JWK linears, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, for the same price as everything else, so. I figured, why not? You think they'll be good? They're just like alpaca clones, right? Yeah, they're all the same. Alpacas, mows, like H1s, like Pinocos, doggo switches, marshmallows. What else is there? There's like the Switch Couture one. It's like black and teal. There's so many others. All of those switches, they all kind of are like the same. Alpacas, of course. Sohos, yes, Soho. Yep, Sohos. Yeah, they all are pretty much the same thing, so I wouldn't be too like thrilled about something unless just for like the color. The color is nice though. I got some Sohos and H1s coming, so I didn't grab them. Oh, nice. I actually, well, I got H1s already. I actually need to put my H1s in a board, but the boards have not come in yet. So they're just sitting for now. They're already lubed though, so that's a good thing. So as I said, I pre-lubed the stabs today. So they're already lubed. And I already prepped the screws for the stabs. Look at me, so prepared. It looks like some switches were put aside as well, so just need to be careful about that. Don't dig the JWK sound? Yeah, some people don't like it, I heard, so I understand. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it, you know? I guess Cherry is still reigning king. Lightning switches have a good ring to it, just saying. That would be nice. I actually don't know what colors I would make them. Oh, how about we make them like my sticker color? Like navy and like white, sorta. Wait, no, not these. Like these color? Blue and silver? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Blue and gray, blue gray switches. That wouldn't be bad, but not like Leopold blue gray, like not like Real Force 10th anniversary blue gray. More like darker blue and like maybe this is like a light gray. It sounds pretty nice actually. Dark navy-ish. I think too dark and they'll just look like black because, honestly, hot take, but GMK Cafe looks like white and black to me. It still does after pictures have been out. I know it is brown in natural lighting. I don't have natural lighting in my room, so therefore it's white on black. Anyhow, every set copy GMK Olivia. Yes, every set copy GMK Olivia. Every set is GMK Olivia copy, and every accent kit is Mr. Sleeves copy. That's basically what it is. Yo, speaking of GMK Mr. Sleeves, I actually get a lot of questions saying like, when is Mr. Sleeves gonna run again? And I'm like, I know I'm Korean, but I'm not running Mr. Sleeves. So, ask Nathan. That's kind of racist. Yeah, no shit. I'm like, yeah, I mean, yes, we both play like the same songs from Epidemic Sound. We're both Korean. One of us wears glasses, one of us doesn't normally. I do wear glasses though. I wear contacts. And we're both like builders in the community. Are you Teha? Are you the one and only? Nathan is drippy with the glasses low key. GMK Noob Data is Gatorade Olivia. Oh god. Oof. Taya is becoming every keyword content out there? Yeah. Seriously though. I mean, his face is everywhere, so it's good. I support it. I don't mind. I don't mind Nathan being the big boy out there. You know, dealing with thousands of viewers and questions and the same questions every day, hundreds of times. No, thank you. I really don't want that. Especially since I don't do it full time. So yeah. Got my Ronin pullover. Oh, Janky's fancy. Yo, Sensei Ja. Oh, beware of pixels. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Sensei Ja. So nice. So nice of you. Got the art key puzzle. Nice, Pudsy. Let me know if you get it. Oh, I forgot. You need to know where to submit it. Can you just ask someone in one of the channels we share? One of them should know the link. Just ask them. They should know. I'll deal with that later. But that's the only way for you to check. Because it's an anagram and you have to know how to check it. You have to check your answer basically. Alright, so stabs are in. Hopefully this is not like the Q plate that's really tight. Oh, okay, this is nice. Let's see. Page up, page down, delete. Okay. You can use those. Now, does Lightning know about HHK plus B? No, I don't. What is that? Is it an HHKB? Hey, beware of pixels. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome, welcome. Yo, what is this defo about? Thank you for the beautiful artisans. Oh, of course. XI, aka Lightning Types, aka Diego Kim. Yo, that's kind of racist. Just kidding, just kidding. Yeah. Let's see, and then there's the escape key here apparently. They have like different switches for the different parts. I assume maybe they have different springs, so that could make sense. They might have different springs. Okay. Speaking of artisans, Binge is officially one of the coolest community members artisan makers. He's always been one of the coolest community members artisan makers. Officially. Since like 2012. Or even even before that, I think. But yeah, no, he's awesome. I love Binge. I love his work. Oh, I don't have Binge caps right here right now. But I do have a bunch. When I met Merlin at the Vancouver meetup, I asked him if he was in fact Teja or not. Nice. Good job. Wait, but Mech Merlin? Mech Merlin looks pretty different, though. That's kind of racist. It's like, this guy's Asian. Come on. Come on, Janky, come on. You know better than this. We don't look that alike. I thought I would never care about artisans, but unfortunately that changed. This is basically everything was nice, but the Fire Nation attacked. Had the honor of talking with Binge recently. That's awesome. Binge is a interesting person to talk to, I'll have to say. He's a good friend, and I think he's a super interesting guy. He has a very eclectic background. Because someone asked him that at the SoCal meetup previously. Oh, okay. So you're just following the trend. Okay, never mind then. Alright. Let's see how these stabs do today, because I didn't check them. See, wait, 6.25, enter, backspace, shift. Wait, what? Autumn? Oh, that's fine. Long ago, the keyboard nerds and weeaboos lived together in harmony. Then everything changed when the artisan community attacked. Yeah, Clack changed everything, I guess. Clack, Mr. Clackman, click clack, Clack Factory, aka #1, first artisan on Keycap. Don't get into clacks, by the way; they're too expensive. I asked as a joke. The person who asked, oh. I see. This is what a $2,000 board looks like? Yeah, apparently. CC come back, Peppa Hands. Oh, I wish. Oh god, that would be amazing. That is a beautiful plate. I agree. I've never seen cutouts like these. I mean, not so deep like this. Oh, this is basically my first time building a board with like leaf spring cuts, because I'm unlike Mr. Teja and Miss Apiary, I'm like way behind the trend, and I only build top mount and bottom mount and sandwich and Tobre, I guess. I see those irregular cuts between the switch cutouts. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna open up the interest check for this because it had some interesting info that I didn't read carefully, but I want to read. Let's read it together. It's about the IRON165. It's what makes it special. And I'm intrigued by it, so I want to read it. Okay, looks like I did a decent job with the stabs so far. How come you're using the brass plate? Because I got a brass plate with it. I only got a brass plate for it. Client wanted it, probably. Yeah. Flip my U80 for a key called Bespoke? Do you want a key called more than a U80 then? Up to you, I guess. What are you checking when you click around the spacebar? Like an even sound and feel? The answer is more like... the answer is... I would say the answer is no, because you were not going to get an even sound and feel. Feel, yeah, maybe. But sound, not quite, because you basically have like 3 anchoring points on the spacebar. So you have one at the middle here, and then 2 at the edges. Like, it is symmetrical and all that, but basically whether you press it here and you press it here, it's gonna sound a little bit different. What I am actually checking for though is like when I'm tapping, like especially at the anchoring points, that it doesn't have like extraneous sounds like rattle, right? So like in the case of rattling, sometimes there are there's cases where the spacebar can have like this like pre-travel clicking, where like basically like if you like flick your spacebar like this, you hear a click, like a little tap, and then that's basically the wire. Stabilizer wire looks like so like this is your stabilizer, right? So like this thing this wire is like clicking against the inside of the stabilizer housing. So that can sound like that. For that's why you use lube. And then obviously when you bottom out, there could be also like rattle from the vibrations when you bottom out. But yeah, what's your main board up above? There's a command exclamation keyboard that should tell you more about the board that I'm currently using. Yeah. So yeah, mostly pretty much my primary purpose of lubing the stabs and really checking them a little bit more carefully is the rattling part, because once you build it, the only way for you to really address it, unless like, I mean, you could grab like a brush, right, and like kind of like jam lube in there or something like that. You can do that. You can address like minor things like that, but if it's really bad, then I would personally just desolder the whole board and redo it all over again. I've actually done that with some client builds before, that like I built it and pretty much like when I was packing it, like before I was packing it, I like was typing on it or whatever, and I was just like, something's wrong, and I just desoldered the whole thing and redid it, like, you know, offline. But yeah, that's happened a few times. Maybe like a long time ago at this point, but yeah. Do you loop stabs with 205G0? Yeah, I do. I do have Mucho 205G0, so I use 205G0 for stabs now exclusively. I used to use Super Lube or like dielectric grease, but I found 205G0 to be a little bit more consistent, and also just to apply one thing is a little bit easier. Dielectric grease is cheap though, and you can get so much of it for so little. It works too, but it's thicker and it can also like evaporate, like dry up, which is something that I didn't like about that, so I stopped using it. I saw a Koyu sell for 1.3k. Geez, thing must have been blessed by Nathan to fetch such a price. Oh wow, that's crazy actually. Isn't the Koyu like the hot swap? Spacebar seems fine, but so for instance, right now I felt like the right side of my enter stabilizer was a little bit off. Sometimes, like right now, I'm gonna do it. I just grab a brush and the lube. I just put a little bit like on the tip of the brush, like just a small amount, like this much, like you can barely see it. I pretty much just lift off the insert, like from like above, and then I just make sure to get the lube around the tip of the wire, because the sharper edges are where the clicks happen the most. So actually someone posted a video the other day about they were putting like a very tiny, like basically like 1mm by like 3mm pieces of like band-aid at the bottom of the inside of the stabilizer in order to basically silence the like clicking noise that could happen with the wire sharper edges. I thought it was interesting, but it's very involved, so like I was like, that's a lot of work. It would just take time. But I think it can be done too. So yeah. Yo, Jeff, hello. Oh, whoopsie. I was talking about GMK Cafe earlier. I was just saying it was not for me, but yeah. How are you doing? 100%. I do this exact same thing. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. I know. It's mostly because my lighting indoors isn't good enough that I would appreciate it. I think it's a little bit too dark. Normally, like right now I have lights on like these, but that's only because I'm streaming. But I feel like GMK Cafe looks so much better in natural lighting than it does in like indoor lighting, so for that reason I wouldn't use a set that like the contrast for the colors is very subtle. Is Cafe shipping already? Yes, it is. Oh, not in the US? Oh, that's sad. Okay, I thought it was because I saw photos, but I guess that's Europe. Oh, still in the boat. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Hey, review for the tube. Hello. That inside band-aid mod would add like weeks into my stat modding. Yeah, for sure. I feel that. All right. So today I did want to go into the let me just see. All right. So on the IC for the 165, IRON165, let's see, so after almost a year, so here it says, after almost a year in research and development, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah, 7-degree typing angle, full gasket isolation mount, low profile, blah blah blah. Okay, this is all extraneous information, extraneous colors, whatever. Okay, here. So this stuff kind of was, I thought was interesting that I wanted to read through with you guys. Someone received their U80 before I got my shipping notification. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm hearing that U80s are shipping, people. My brother actually. My older brother got a U80 and he told me that he got a shipping notification. So, oh, Jeff, Langylandia. Alright, thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, thank you so much for saying hi. Have a good night. Thank you. But anyway, so let's see. Optimized plate. So apparently this is optimized. Let's see. So finite element analysis was wanted to measure deflection and try to achieve a uniform plate deflection distribution across the keyboard. This concept has been done before with Omega 60 talking about mounting points. One of the first criticisms was that without a PCB and switch, this study was worthless. I started by modeling a small sample before moving to full-size plate. So they basically are saying they're modeling this like which color did your brother get? I think he got milk. I think. So he basically saying like he has like attachments from the plate to a different surface so that it mimics what the PCB and switch and the plate assembly would be like. So yeah, displacement, apply 2 newtons of force. Repeated tapping on a scale of 200 grams is the hardest I would ever really type. I like to bottom out. Okay. Next is the fully bonded model with plate and switches. Apply to the top of the switch model with fixtures mounted at the 4 screw holes. So like these. Realistic model, no penetration, same force and fixture is above. Notice how the displacement doesn't flow as uniformly throughout the switches. So basically they're talking about this like shape. So you guys basically you can say if it's uniform, like in an ideal world it's nice and uniform, it's like this nice circle, but basically in the real world it's basically not a circle. So it's not uniform. Also this looks not centered, but okay. And then basically there's displacements for all of the switches. And apparently the relief cuts on the plate are to lower some of the deflections and basically try to match these numbers as much as possible. Yep, that's basically what it is. Okay. I mean, it's kind of sad that that's kind of the end of it, but I guess that they just ran like an optimization routine to I'm more curious about how they calculated the size of the relief cuts relative to. So what I'm kind of skeptical about is that they basically went from this one to this one with no explanation as to how they actually used an optimization algorithm to find the like optimal size of these cuts, which is what probably is the trick. So yeah, skeptical about it in that sense, but you know, whatever. The photos look nice. Okay, cool. The rest is just photos. But yeah, so I just wanted to go over that because that's kind of like the gist of the IRON165. Like what's special about it is not just the gasket isolation mount, is that it has these little cuts which apparently, right, optimize the deflection, the vertical displacement all across the whole board. But alas, we'll see if it makes a difference. Maybe some more irons coming soon because of the demand for them. I mean, did they already sell like extras? There was a raffle for extras and whatnot. I believe this is one of them. They're talking about making more. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. I thought there was gonna be more heat maps before and after the cuts. I thought so too. I'm a little bit disappointed about that. Basically, it's the IC without the secret sauce. That's basically what it is. No secret sauce for the public. It's secret. Cause look, this cut is wider. This cut is wider than this one. This cut is shorter than this one. And okay, so like there's basically like 3 types of cuts: short and narrow, long and narrow, thick and long. And yeah, position wise they're all over the middle, but not so much on the top and like on the Q row and the Z row. Again, yeah. Alas, I mean, in the end, if it sounds like a keyboard and sounds good and it feels good, feels like a keyboard, then you know that's all that you need, right? No cuts top left. Yeah, no cuts top left. Oh, right, yeah. And then there's a blocker, so like, isn't that technically like more material? Wow, y'all dirty. Y'all dirty. Maybe I need to add a disclaimer to the stream now. Because I stream like, I don't know, past 9 p.m. or something. It's like, oh yeah, this is late programming, not intended for kids. Kids, go to bed. Some goodbye, Janky. Janky left. do. Wow, it's been less than an hour and I'm pretty much almost done placing the switches. Normally around this time I'm barely done with the stabs. It's been nice though, because working from home has been letting me do more stuff beforehand. Plus, I know y'all are only here for the typing test, right? Just kidding. I know y'all want to hang out. That's why you're here. I'm here to do puzzle with you. I'm telling you, man. I tried. No idea. No clue. I wish I knew. Yeah, the anagram is... I'm stumped doing that one. It's a lot of letters. Sound has been nice though. Yeah, sound has been nice. I'm changing the switches in my Prime E right now. Very nice to have this quality keep time. Hey, it is quality keyboard time. How often do I stream? Lately I've definitely been streaming much more. I'll say I'll stream like once a week, maybe at least once every 2 weeks, I will say. Sometimes it just gets busy and I can't stream like on a regular basis. So I never stream, like I don't have a schedule. I pretty much stream whenever things are in and I'm available to do things. Sometimes I have work outside, sometimes I have work indoors, sometimes I have like other things to do. So yeah, irregular schedule, but yeah, just pretty much whenever I can. Which, yeah, if there's a lot of stuff to do, at least once a week. Just got a request to replace this guy here. Your sound tests are some of my favorite. Thank you. I really don't do much. I just bring my mic down, try to hold my breath for 3 minutes, and then open up YouTube, and then click upload video. But actually though, I don't do anything. There's no secret to it though. Sometimes there's been times I've just had to repeat them because like I live on a street where like cars sometimes pass by with super loud music, and like my neighborhood's like all about that stuff. And on minute like 3, like right when I'm about to like do the mods, car passes by. I have to do it all over again. I know that feel. I know. Yeah, there's sometimes noises like birds or people. Oh yeah, people love standing right outside like my window just to chat. I'm like great conversation, yeah, quality time. But I don't know. It's like people's favorite. It's actually nice because there is a lot of shade thanks to the trees around. But yeah, they always stand right there to talk, and I'm just like, oh, it's like I need to do this. Yeah, that's the city life. Yeah, it's New York City woes, you know. You ever just open the window and shout? Yeah, me too. There was one time I had my window open and I wasn't streaming, but like, you know, I had the setup, right? So like people were like, hey, are you a gamer? I'm like, no, not really. It's like random passers-by people. Anyway, it's kind of hot. Yeah, I know. Also, like, the window's like this way, so it's completely like perpendicular to me right now. So like, I don't see them unless they would call me from there. And it's also like a little bit taller because I'm like on the first floor, but it's not like, it's a little bit above like ground level. So yeah, I can see them like kind of like putting their, like, you know, like putting their heads like on the windowsill area. I'm like, oh, hi. Like, hello, do I know you? Anyway, excuse me if the fan is loud. Gotta keep that window shut at all times and blinds down. I mean, nowadays I do because it's the summer and it gets really hot if I don't. Actually, the blinds help a ton for temperature. Especially like towards the evening, because all the heat that, like, you know, all the heat from the day like comes up at night, and it's actually like really uncomfortable. Actually, right around now, like right about like now at this time of the evening, it's like all that heat, I can feel it coming up from the ground. So yeah. Imagine someone coming to the window for some drive-through build services. Hey, Lana, one day you could be first. You could be like, hey, is this Lightning keyboards? So I would like to order a build service today. I brought the newest TGR, year 2021, whatever. Yeah, I mean, honestly though, if things could be delivered to my window like that, I'll be very grateful. I wouldn't have to go to the post office, wouldn't have to be tracking packages left and right, worrying that they might get lost or anything. I've talked to like my USPS and like other couriers to like kind of like be careful about stuff, and like, you know, it's just a lot of work to do that. And then, like, you know, on a hot day, I like have to go out to like deliver stuff, so it's always a hassle. You just need a neon sign outside my window, open drive-through build services. I mean, that would be cool. I would love a neon sign. Neon signs are actually so awesome. Yeah. I was gonna. Hey, Sinew, hello. How are you doing today? Alright, so Meta, hello. So today I'm feeling like doing a very quick version of the sponsor spiel. I'll just give it to you. So quickly, you know, Dixie Mech. I mean, okay, so all the links for my sponsors, okay? Exclamation sponsors, okay? Exclamation sponsors is going to get you all of the links to the sponsors I'm going to mention right now. First up is Dixie Mech. And on DixieMech, we have GMK Nuclear Data right now. It's on group buy until the end of the month. It's a collaboration with Mr. Honeywell and Bib and other people who are prominent designers and have, you know, collaborated to make this cool old signature plastic key sets into GMK. So check it out. It's like nuclear plant theme, green and orange and white. Yeah, so do check out GMK Nuclear Data. You can go to dixiemech.com/lightning for that. Alright, Mint Autumn would be next, but there's not much going on in Mint Autumn. But if you want to check out Mint Autumn for their future polyethylene projects, mintautumn.com is the place to go. Next up is Novelkeys. Novelkeys just recently opened their GMK Hammerhead group buy. Data or data or data? I think I mostly say data, like quickly. When I say quickly, data. Yeah, GMK Hammerhead has a light base kit as well as a dark base kit. It's like shark and deep sea theme. So if you like blue and turquoise and deep like navy kind of colors, do check out GMK Hammerhead. It's for a group buy. And there's regularly restocks of a lot of switches and stabilizers and all sorts of little goodies. So if you're buying any of that kind of stuff, you can use the promo code Thunder to get 5% off, and also support the work I do. Oh! There are some exciting things that are being teased by Novelkeys. Do expect something soon. I have been told about something exciting in the works. It's Switch related. It's been teased on a few channels out there. But yeah, something very cool. I'm actually very excited about it. I actually don't know as many details, so it's basically like a surprise to me as well. So something to look forward to. That NK, yeah. That NK thing, yeah. Exciting stuff. But basically, I do think that it could be transformative. So that's why I'm excited for it. I'll tell you what, there's a convenience factor to it that's renewed. There is obviously a functional factor to it that's still just as great. There's an availability factor that's gonna be, you know, factored in, I guess. Haha. Yeah. So a few different elements coming together for a new Novelkeys project. Anyway, more news on that very soon. I should be receiving prototypes shortly. They are on the way. So soon TM. Nathan might beat me to it, but if not, then you guys will hear from me. Or from pretty much anybody else. So yeah. So that's Novelkeys. Next up we have Prime KB. If you have not seen, Prime KB just recently restocked the Desky Switch films in black and in white. They come in packs of 120 films. If you never checked out the reviews that different people in the community have done, do check them out. I personally would vouch for them 100%. They come in a very, very convenient form, where you can just like basically like peel them out from like a grid of them, like a sheet, and they work just as well as the TX films, in my experience. And what's going on with the switch leg? There we go. And yeah, so Desky Switch films might be out of stock, but might not be. So just check out the webpage. You can go to primekb.com/lightning for that. They already... Oh, I have news about alpacas. Alpacas should be around, I believe... Let me see. I posted I had an update right here. Alpacas in production, available in July. There will be an unlimited pre-order after the restock ships. So if you miss out on the restock, which will likely limit the number of switches you can get, you will also have a second chance to an unlimited pre-order afterwards. So, you know, don't feel too bad if you miss it out. If you miss out on it sometime soon in the month of July. So yeah, no specifics about that, but soon TM. Durox stabilizer should also be restocking at some point. Those are gonna take longer, I think, from what it sounds like. Yeah. Let's see, and then finally we have Project Keyboard. Sponsors with an S, Meta SSB. So Project Keyboard, there's the Elongate. The Elongate is a custom keyboard in a mini 1800 form factor. It's a small form factor. So it's kind of like a 40s but with a numpad. It has a split space bar for easy access to layers. It's designed by Mr. Keebs. If you haven't seen him out there on YouTube and on Twitch, Mr. Keebs does some neat work with 3D printing and other kinds of modeling too. He does builds and owns like hundreds of keyboards, I swear. Very cool guy from Brazil. Yeah, so if you like Mr. Keebs, if you like small form factor keyboards, if you like small form factor keyboards with numpads, check out Elongates on projectkeyboard.com. So I have my new 20 new C3 V2 stabs. Nice. With absolutely no screws because they forgot to give you the screws. Can't you order like a bunch of screws? I mean, of course they should replace it, but yeah, I think the screws have a standard size to them, so you might be able to also get them elsewhere if you're in a rush. Anyway, that concludes the sponsor segment. Hey, Toki, what's up? Singapore, hello, hello. Wow, I've only been streaming for an hour and I'm pretty much done soldering. Oh, I guess it's been a little longer than an hour since I had some technical difficulties. An hour and a half, maybe? Okay, this one, it's in the leg bent. I'm thinking about buying GMK White and Black on drop, but I've heard stories of warped space bars and other QC issues. Any thoughts? If there are stories of warped space bars and such, I guess you could avoid it for now, but personally I don't know how bad the issue is. You can fix this issue though, like it's a fixable thing, so I wouldn't be so scared. But if you're the kind of person who's like, hell no, I'm not gonna fix that myself, then maybe you can hold off and get a set from somebody else. But obviously that could be more costly, so yeah, a bit of a Bit of food for thought there, I think. I would just, yeah, I would recommend, if it were me, I would just get it, and if it indeed came with warp space bars, I would just try to fix it myself, really, honestly. Did you look in Al's channel today by chance? No. Was there like a big story or something? I must have missed. If there was a ping, I probably missed it. In keys. If you won't mind giving me the TLDR of it, that would be great, but otherwise it's fine. It's not a big deal. I haven't been looking too much on Alps lately, so if anything, that's probably why. I've been pretty content with what I have. Which is not a lot, actually. But minimal is good, I think. Minimal amount of stuff if possible. Okay. Alright, so for those who are curious, I'm just checking that all the switches are in flush on the PCB and plate. Sometimes give them a little last nudge to push them all the way in. Okay. Soldering's all done. Okay, so we need to test this guy. So we need the daughterboard and the cable to connect it. So this just okay, so the wire side down goes onto the PCB first. Y'all kids fighting in chat. Just kidding. Let's see. Yo, Sensei Ja, do you see that? On that TX keyboards giveaway, I was 1 away from winning it. Rocklina won. She was sure her entry was 1 next to mine. Anyway. Wait, there was a TX keyboard? There was a giveaway. They did a like however many followers giveaway for like gift cards. It was alright. It was done on not a full keyboard. Like it was gift cards for like $50, I think. Yeah. Alrighty. Let me see, where's Via? Via IRON165 Key tester, test matrix. All right. Had to pour one out for the boy. Discord says link is invalid? Wait, that's weird. Oh, that's it's the little dash. Oh, that's so dumb. Sorry about that. Was that on the which command was? Oh, it's in the automated command, huh? Oh, it's in the automated one. Okay. I'll revise that. Thanks for letting me know, though. It's good to know. And thanks, Vinkeys. I'll check in just a second. Or I guess after this, rather. Thank you, though. All right, it's working. Exciting. All right. Okay. Okay, so for now, I'll leave it plugged in actually. Let's figure out the gasket situation. There we go, I fixed that. Alright, so gaskets over here. And I think I'm probably gonna have to put them on the case just in case the client wants to use a different plate later on. So that's something to keep in mind. Yep. Doo-doo-doo. Screw in the daughterboard first. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna place the gaskets first, though, right? So gaskets first, and then we do the daughterboard and the assembly. Tommy Hong, hello. How's it going? Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One's missing here. One of the gaskets goes over the daughterboard. Maybe it's a different board. Forget what I said. We'll see. Oh, I think you might be right. So, yeah, okay. Duly noted. Okay, so the question is, where do all these gaskets go? Let me see. So the cutouts, so on both sides, I guess. So let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So there's should be 16 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 16. Alright, cool. So 16 of them. So let's start with the bottom piece. So for the bottom piece, you are right. I should probably put in the daughterboard in first. So the daughterboard is simply gonna go here, like so. Okay. So grab a screwdriver. Okay. When are we starting modded Terraria? Whenever I finish the regular one. Which is not soon, unfortunately. I've been busy. I'm like hearing a little bit of metallic dust in there, so I'm gonna blow it up. I don't want my screws to get stuck in there, so. But I mean, we could try modded Terraria sometime soon, I guess. But yeah, I've been busy though, so. Alright, let's just make sure that the port fits. Alright, excellent. And we can just tuck in our cable like that. Like that. That's good. Okay. Now we are gonna place all the gaskets. I'm gonna disinfect my hands a little bit. Yo, Max F. How you doing, Max? How have you been doing lately? Alrighty. So let's start with the bottom. These are not as long as the damn cutout, so I'm gonna have to center them myself. Good enough. I'm good. I just DM you too. You try Desky Switch films, right? Yes, I do recommend them. I do recommend Desky Switch films. I'll link it to you if you want. For those curious, I'll just link it in chat. Desky Switch films right there for anyone curious. But yes, I did like them when I tried them. Do you prefer those over TX Switch films or thick films? Justin, who's our Justin? So I would say I like them just as much as TX. Yes, he's linking for affiliate link. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, if you don't want to use the link, you can just open it on your own. So I personally found that I enjoy them just as much as the TX ones. So I do think that there's two convenient factors. Is that the Desky Switch films come in the sheet, so you can peel them one by one really nicely and easily. Whereas the TX films normally come in a little baggy and they get like all tangled up inside of the bag. So there's that. Other than that, I don't know what else to tell you. Overall, the sound and stuff, that was basically about the same. I think we did like a blind test, and most people basically were like, oh, like they kind of sound similar. So like some people couldn't really tell, so the difference. So that's as much as I can say about it. Is that the only difference though? Yeah, it's the material. It's like foam. It's like foam and pet film, and I would say that like the TX films feel a little bit more rigid. Oh hey, Justin, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Hello Xenon, how are you doing? Am I supposed to just... okay. Thanks for the encouraging words, Max. Support your boy. Just making sure it's the same as above and below. Building one of these up tomorrow? Oh, very nice. Is it for yourself or is it for somebody else? These strips are slightly different length. Kind of ticking me off, but it can't be perfect, so. As good as it gets. Got an FE. Oh, for Rich. Hey, yeah, he showed me some photos of, of just the board, but that's exciting. Looks gorgeous, actually. The copper one, right? I think the FE ones are the copper ones. They look really nice. The color is just so nice on those. But yeah, Rich. Good old Rich. Not surprising. So okay, just need to make sure that this goes down here. Okay, and we still need to do the top case, so we're not done yet. Just gonna move this to the side. Well, I hope you have a very good build of that one, Max. I mean, aside from the copper parts, I don't really know what else is different. I actually didn't read the whole description, but they are the premium version, so hopefully they feel as premium as they sound. I think it's the same, just heavier. Yeah, heavier boards. That's what we want in our keyboards. A lot of weights. Personally, don't think that weight is everything, but I do think that weights can make a difference in terms of the sound because it like anchors them down to the desk. And well, it's a dense material underneath the assembly. So. In that case, it can make a difference. How's your build queue looking right now? Not bad at all. Pretty much just what's with the relief cuts on the plate? So if you look at the interest check, we actually looked at it earlier. But the gist basically is that they did a finite element analysis on it and calculated the
displacement per like for a press, like of you know, as if you were like pressing on keys, and basically normalized, like optimized or slash normalized the displacement across the board. So basically it's an attempt to make the board feel the same throughout the whole like alpha section. But yeah, build queue is looking okay, Mr. Toki. I mean, it's kind of like not different from any other time.
I've been getting boards out pretty quickly though, so. Yeah. Will you be getting the Think 6.5 V2? No, because I am not looking for 65% keyboards right now.
I actually prefer TKLs, and 60% is more than 65%, so that's just a preference thing ultimately. But yeah.
It was some wild keyboard science. Well, I mean, that's the idea, but the interest check doesn't show any of the secret sauce, which is like, how did they actually optimize it numerically? Like, it shows the numbers and then it kind of jumps. So there's like a, I feel like there's like 10 steps in between that they're not showing. Obviously, maybe because it's like their own thing, but I mean, I don't know. Hard to believe when you don't see the evidence, right? So. It's not that I'm being skeptical, it's just that I'm not sure what it is. What do you think of the Eclipse 70%? I actually haven't even seen this. I don't think E-White was offered for SE. If I can't fight off a home invader with a board, then I don't want it.
Yeah, I gotta have that extra heft. But I have not seen the Eclipse 70, Mr. Vinkeys. Who's designing that? I'm sorry. Oh god, I like screwed up alignment. There we go.
All right, that's as good as it gets. Alright, so this is the top. It's literally just a cover with so the badge seems to screw down from behind here, but it just inserts here on the top. So you actually insert it from the top, so that's kind of nifty. Unlike the 910 badge, the 910 badge inserts from the inside. Goes from the inside out like that. This one goes from the outside in like this. But other than that, nothing very special about the top piece other than the gaskets. F-rollless TKL. Oh, I see. The F-rollless TKL that I'm currently interested in is Visoromi's Kikuichi Manji. That's the one I'm interested in. This looks alright. Oh. Nah, okay, I'm not interested anymore. I don't like the bezels. I don't like the curves. I don't like the separation between the two clusters. I don't like the lights on the middle between the navigation cluster and the arrow keys. Yeah, not for me. Yep. The render and that look better? Yeah. Okay.
Do you see the time 80? Yeah, I did. The reforged or something. Yeah, I did. Go in fully. How far do I need to compress this? Oh, quite a bit it looks like. Okay. No wonder I was like, it's not screwing in. Finger tight.
Oh, you filled out the form?
Okay. Sounds good, Toki. Okay, hold up. This alignment is screwing me up right now, I think. Alright, I'm gonna unscrew this. I'm gonna check the alignment first. I know that there's a gap between the top and the bottom, so like I need to just make sure that I'm getting it right. Okay. Nicely tucked in. Push down.
Does Bizo have an IC thread for his board yet?
I think there was a thread, wasn't there? There was an interest check thread, I think. Kikuichi Monji. It might just be in his Discord server, maybe. But I mean, I think there was a thread, though, if I recall. Maybe not. I don't know. I thought there was. You can always just look for Bisoromi's Keycap profile and then go and check his like topics, sort by topics. Bizo has a Discord link. I'll link you after I'm done with this, if anything. Or if otherwise someone else could do it, but yeah. I see. So the compression goes just until it's flat. Just lurking for it now. Gotta go. Late for raid? WoW? Like a raid for WoW? Alright, see ya. Take care, Lana. Alright, let's just check that everything is lined up nicely. Okay, I think I do need to tighten this part a little bit. Okay, that's nice, that's good, that's good. That's nice and even.
Okay, so there is the bottom all done. So as you can see, the bottom's not sticking out. That's what we want. So yeah. All right. So that does it. I just need to check whether this plugs in and works. So. Oh, thank goodness. Ooh, freaked out for a second. I was like, no way. Alright, cool. So that works, which is good. But let's figure out what key set we want put on this guy. So let's put this aside. So for the key set, I have a bunch that I chose, like pre-chose. Oh wait, what am I doing? I can't type on it if I do this. Let's see. So for key sets, I have. I'll make a little poll here on straw poll. Excuse me. Some CRP, could do some beige, yeah. That's up to people if they want. Let's see. So this is basically key set on a gray IRON165. So I have Honeywell, Hydro, HFO, Eclipse, Space Cadet, Carbon, and sure, I'll just do beige. And that's it. Let's just do that. What TKL is that? This is Leaf 80. That TKL sounds really nice. Yeah, it's some just Gateron Ink. I haven't done a sound test of this guy before. Alright, so there's a poll, guys. Check out the poll, and I'll be cleaning up in the meantime. So, yep. Give you guys like 2-3 minutes to just fill it up. Ink's pretty nice, but high-pitched? Not quite high-pitched. What plate is aluminum? Is it high-pitched, really? Huh. I don't find them too high-pitched, but you can listen. Wait, music's loud. And that control. Never mind, not as high as you thought. Okay. So yeah, you guys choose. I need to clean up a little bit. Okay. Oh, I forgot about these. What is this Bohemian Rhapsody going on here? Do you know what the connector on that cable is? What connector? This is like a fake limo, so to speak. It's like a limo copy. I think it's like 0B. It's like whichever the smaller one is. Wix Z Blue made the cable. Is it push pull like limo? Yeah. So can you see? Limo, legit limo is quite expensive. Quite expensive. Aren't the actual limo connectors like 80 bucks, 70 bucks? I don't even know, something like that. I'm actually gonna go to a restaurant really quick, so you guys pick key set, please. There. How do I vote? There's a link. There we go. Alright. Alrighty, friends, let's check it out. Why buy legit when you're just using it for power? Pretty much, right? Oh, yo, Hugo Keys. Hey, what's up? Poopy head raid. Well, nice timing. We're about to check out the IRON165 results for. Oh, yo, raiders! I'm gonna use y'all raiders. All right, raiders. Check out this poll and vote. Check out this poll and vote. What key set to go onto this gray and silver 165, IRON165? Okay, I'll give you like a minute for that. But yeah, welcome raiders. What's HFO? Oh, Hyperfuse Origins. My bad. Hyperfuse Origins is HFO. I've been debating artists and nerds. Nice. Is that a Pudzy Mall emos? Oh my goodness. Do you think the IRON165 is worth $2,000 now? I haven't typed on it. So no. Okay, let's check it out. Results in 3, 2, 1, and OG beige? Y'all want OG beige? Oh god, y'all are so boring. Okay though, OG beige is fine. I have a lot of OG beige. Beige ugly? Well, vote for something else if you don't want OG beige. Oh, 52 votes though. That's quite a few. But hey. Okay. Imagine thinking the chat has any taste at all. Do I go against chat? Voters dumb? Okay, fine. I'm gonna veto OG beige. You know why I'm gonna veto OG beige? Because I actually have to go and get it. I don't want that. So y'all have a choice. Y'all have a choice. Y'all have a choice between new poll without OG I'm just gonna guesstimate it, but basically Space Cadet versus Honeywell, okay? Cadet versus Honeywell. They're actually in the same exact vote, so yeah, sure, I'll do a renewed vote for y'all. Oof. GMK Honeywell or GMK Space Cadet. Key set for Gray IRON165. Final vote. Alright. Alright, y'all. This is it. Lightning showing his true Whoa, bro. I have South Korean roots, okay? Alright, there it is. Last. I'll give it 40 seconds. And then I'll look. In the meantime. In the meantime, I'll just shill my sponsors. And I'll also shill my socials. So you guys can check out all of those. Instagram, YouTube, Discord, as well as a bunch of sponsors. Okay, Honeywell is so boring. That's why it's nice. Boring can be nice sometimes. Alright, that's over 40 seconds, so let's go. Vote. I'm not voting. Honeywell and oh, wow. Alright. I guess Honeywell won. Too bad, my friends. Too bad to those who voted for Space Cadet. I'm sorry. I must be pressing a reset button somewhere, but okay. I don't need it anyway. Beige won though? Nah, I vetoed it, Kimchi Jody boy. Like a true true Korean. Just veto. Veto when you don't like it. Yeah, I vetoed that. I'm sorry. Beige died for the sake of a... You're Korean? Do I not look like one? I guess I don't. Yes, I am though. Well, it's a long story, but basically I'm Korean Mexican. I'm Korean Mexican. Yo, Obsidian. Hello, my friend. Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back for 4 months. Everyone's Korean. I'm Korean myself, no hate. I mean, you know how that is. We just out there, you know? Bars or scoops? I don't care either way. I think I'm gonna go bars just for the sake of uniformity. Wait, hold up, what? Hugo is definitely Canadian for sure. Kimchi churro. What's great about Hugo in the chat is... What's great about Hugo in the chat is you can read what he puts, and he's... What? Him saying it. One of my childhood friends is half Korean Mexican and she calls herself Kimchi Churro. That's awesome. That's actually awesome. Yo, I haven't had a churro in so long. Oh my god. I want a churro. I love churros. Oh, hear himself say it. I see. Cool. Cool. making this keyboard and not doing his assigned creative writing. I'm watching you. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Hugo. What are you gonna do? Call me out? Don't cry when I say I won't do it anymore. Defoe. Does this key set have accents? It does. Okay. Chat, moment of truth. The question is, do we use accents yay or nay? Huh. Hold up, what? I guess it's fine, whatever. Not gonna match the profile perfectly here, but it's okay. Yay red, yay nay, yay. I see more yays than nays, so I'll go for just the enter and the escape then. Still clean either way. I agree. I agree. Arrows should stay neutral, I think, so it looks better that way. I'm lagging hard? Wait, am I dropping frames now? I think my stream quality has been good today. Alrighty. Oh, look at that boy. Your stream's good? Delay was like 40 seconds. Excuse me? The lighting makes the board look slightly green on the left side. Yeah, my bad. That's a warm light. That's a cool light. That's my fault. I ordered a cooler light for this side, but it hasn't arrived. Got delayed. Coronavirus stuff. My bad. How this mounted is a Todoroki iron. It's a gasket. It's a gasket isolation mount. So I guess more neutral lighting is this side on the right side here. That's more neutral lighting. Yeah. Alright. Let's type on it, guys. Alright, cool. Give me a typing test. Monkey type, where are you at? Alright, here it is. Okay. What are you talking about, Hugo? Imagine blaming a virus for the faults of the American capital system. I mean, what else do I blame it on? Right? Oop, excuse me. Alrighty. Okay, so here is a typing test of an IRON165 with this has Gateron Inks, Lubed Gateron Inks, and I don't type the 154 words per minute, but here we go, boys and girls. Alright. 2, 1. Ah. So, what do you guys think, actually? I'm kind of curious what you guys are thinking. All the stabilized keys sound bad to me, so are you just saying I did a bad job lubing or something? Do they? Do they sound that bad? Do they sound bad as in rattly, or... I like the backspace sound, actually. So let me see the comments here. Give me that good pipe. No. Is this with Band-Aid mod, Nervous Scarab? No, it is not. So did the keyboard science work? Let me see. Enter is a bit scratchy, but not rattly. Doesn't feel or sound scratchy to me, but... So, My feelings about it are that did the keyboard science work? I'm not sure. I don't think so. In the sense that, so I think it's kind of uniform everywhere because gasket isolation mount just kind of does that all the time anyway. Like, it does feel even, I think. It does feel even throughout. In terms of like if I press this key or 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 this key, it kind of feels about the same. But I'm also not the heaviest typist. So it's kind of like, I feel like it could make a bigger difference for those who type really much, like a bit harder, maybe like 75 gram, 78 gram. There's no flex. There's no flex. That is also true. Let me see. People had comments on the stabilized keys. Enter had some weird scratch. You guys are gonna make me go back on my stabs. But IRON165 one isn't known for the best sounding keyboard from what many builders have said. Sounds pretty smooth. Sounds stocky, blah blah blah. Band-Aid mod cancelled. Yeah, no one really does Band-Aid mod, that's true. They all stopped after Nathan stopped. Yeah, I stopped a while ago. As well, just 'cause I didn't like the bottom out feel of Band-Aid mod. Sounds like linears on a brass plate. Yes, that's a good way to describe it. There's no flex though. Like, let me show you. Like maybe a little. Not even though. Like you can't really see anything displacing there. So yeah. Pretty sandwich feeling. Like this actually feels closer to like a Q I built before. It sounds a lot like other keyboards I built. It sounds like a 910 kind of sounds like this too, actually. But I think it is pretty similar to like a Keycaps like kind of feeling, which is isolation gasket mount where everything's sandwiched. It's kind of just like it's like a slab. Yeah. What keycap set is it? This is GMK Honeywell. Gasket does not translate to flexi? No, I don't think so. Well, it also depends what you mean by gasket, because people seem to use different definitions of that word. So not worth the hype? I think not. I would. So like, this is the thing. I don't know. I personally would never pay $2,000 for a keyboard. Period. People justify paying $2,000 for a keyboard because they think it's like the end game kind of thing. I personally don't think that end game exists, if at all. It doesn't. I've owned like 50 to 70 keyboards and I'm still selling and buying and trying new things. So end game does not exist, in my opinion. But if you're spending like the group buy price for a keyboard like this, the anodizing's impeccable. Like I'll put the music on again, sorry. But like anodizing, the finish of the board, right? So I'm gonna take out this typing testing. So the finish of the board is like impeccable, like no flaws anywhere. Like that's the number one thing I noticed. Anodizing is just like even, no splotches, no markings, no lines, nothing. Perfect. Corners all good, no machining marks, nothing. I didn't even see it on the inside. So my opinion is that quality of the board, machining wise, A+. Feel sounds just like a lot of other 65% that I've tried, like the Q, the 910, the Keycaps 165, like things like that. Oh, the E6.5. Actually, E6.5 feels different because it has the ring, the gasket ring, the O-ring. So actually, that one was it was kind of flexy. Actually, it was a little bit flexier, but it was still kind of tight. It was kind of tight in that space. Enter might just need a little bit more looping. I might try that later. But yeah. So worth retail price, I would buy it. I would buy this board retail price. No doubt. It looks good. It types pretty well. USB-C, QMK via, you know. Yeah. But yeah, people have different utility to their money. So yeah. But yeah, I like the look of the board, honestly. I think this is kind of nice. I like this. Some people might not though. Not huge in the vertical channel, but the horizontal channel looks pretty nice. I think it would be nicer if this was kind of just like this, like without the vertical channels for me. But the look of it is super nice, super sleek. The bezels are actually, the reason I was not huge on the iron in the whole Smith+Rune line of keyboards for me was because I didn't like the bezels. The bezels looked too square and too thick, like both in combination is what I didn't like. But in person, now that I look at it, it looks okay. I could get used to it, especially because the badge is like the nice square here. Like, I don't know, it kind of balances out. It's nice and nice and tight. It's very neat. But yeah, it sounds like linears on a brass plate. And it sounds like a lot of other 65%. If you're going to pay $2,000 for a board like this, just reconsider it, in my opinion, because the next board just like this is gonna come in a few months later in a group buy. I can bet on it. There's new keyboards every month, and there's pretty much a lot of similarities between them, and the manufacturing quality is pretty high for especially for the people who have already been doing this for a bit. You can feel a little bit more comfort knowing that they're going to deliver a product that works. Just don't pay $2,000 for a keyboard, please, if you don't think that it's, you know, if it's a one-time thing, okay. But if you're gonna keep that forever, great. If you're just gonna buy it, try it, and then sell it off right away, I don't know. Too much work. Too much money. But yeah. Market manipulation. Yeah, I mean, there's people who buy and sell like boards for a ton of money, and there's like buy sell. Like literally, like I've seen a few people. I'm not gonna name anyone, but I've seen some people who have gone through like TGRs, key calls, whatever you name it, maybe like 6 boards in about 2 months, something like that. And I'm just like, if there's transactions happening like this in 2 months time, they're gonna like establish that market price, right? Because people are gonna be like, oh yeah, like individual transactions have been established here and there, so this must be the retail price. I mean, this must be the market price now. I must say that it's not worth the effort. It's not worth it at all. But yeah. So for example, if you guys want a nice 65% right now that is also gasket isolation mount, and you can get it for retail price, you can get 2 additional macro columns. You can get the Zenith, which is going to be an unlimited open group buy until the end of the month. Unlimited open group until the end of the month. It's like what, $400? $450? Anyway. So you're saying JMV2 isn't worth 5K? No, it's not. I'm sure I could sell like my JMV2 for a lot of money if I had an emergency and I was like, you know what, I need the money. But yeah. How are you, Diego? I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. I'm very hot now though, because the AC's been off for a bit. You can sell your board for whatever you want, just don't expect us not to judge you from some flippy shit. Yeah, I agree with that. Plenty of gasket mount. 65% is our in our hobby right now. I agree. Yeah. There's quite a few. $450 SMH. That's KVD prices. Yeah. But yeah. Overall, I very much like this board. The gray is like, I love the gray. The tone of this gray. Sorry, the lighting on my left side is bad. The lighting on the right side is good. Link to Zenith. Just search Rama Foundry on Google, and then the rest is pretty clickable. Or just Google Zenith Rama Works. Sorry, I don't know the exact links all the time. But yeah. So yeah, this is what the board looks like. And the back. And yep. The side is just like a nice wedge. I like that the caps are no gaps or anything. That's nice. It does look very nice. Nice recessed port. I like that they did. I really like this. I really like that they pulled off two-tone really well. Two-tone, silver and gray. Looks great. And they did it for all their different colorways. So they had a lot of different colors, and they had two-tone boards, and I think that was pretty cool because this accent looks really nice. This accent piece. All right, Sensei Ja. Have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's stream went longer than I expected, but it was fun. Before you go, I got some MX clears. I wonder what your favorite config for them. Plate material spring. If I were either half plate alu or half plate polycarb, and I would say material. Okay, yeah, spring 62 gram. 62 gram, 63.5 gram is my favorite. Lube wise, I probably would do either Tribosys 3204 or 3203. Yeah. 205 is a little bit too thick, I think. Oh, Mech's on deck. Hello. Hello. I should plug this in so I can pretend like I'm typing on it. Yes. I type on keyboard. Yeah, typing test. Perfectly timed for our first typing test ever of this stream. It's been 2 hours and I have not done a typing test yet. Just kidding. We've been talking about the board. Welcome, Mech's on deck. Thank you so much, Chewy and Cyrus for the read. Welcome. I can type on this one more time, and y'all can judge for yourselves. Some people were like, your enter step sucks, but I actually will take a look at it, because why not? Good choice in Deathmat. Thank you. I bought a Unit 02 Broshido. It just arrived in mail today. Pog. That's awesome. Board looks two-tone blue on the right, green. I heard this before. Okay, there. Is that better? Sorry, my light on this side is pretty yellow compared to the one on this side. And so, yeah, you can see the difference. Oh, you can still see the difference, but it's okay, right? Just I don't sound like that you need more Pepega in your voice. What? I don't sound like that. You need more Pepega in your voice? Oh, I see. I won't do it. That's mean. That's too mean. Was wondering if custom? Nah, so the lighting on this side is really more like it. More accurate. So I would say like that's kind of like the more accurate color. It's like a middle-ish dark gray. It's like a, yeah. And the bottom is on silver. So for the people who rate it, I will type on this now. So just one last time before I go. Actually, I should go to bed. So yeah. All right. Lighting does weird things to colors, yes. Alright. Alright, here we go. Pinky gang. Imagine how fast if you type with all 10. Yeah, thanks guys, thanks. Wait, here's the mods. Pipe? Anyway, so that's what it sounds like, guys. And yeah. Stabs sound fine? I think so too. Well, I think so too in person, but I'll check them afterwards anyway. I always do before I send it out. So nothing to worry about there. Okay, so if y'all have any other questions, comments, concerns, complaints, let me know. But otherwise, you can check out my socials. You can join Discord. I have an Instagram profile as well where I've been posting old photos. Actually, I've been trying to catch up on old photos that I've taken over the past 3.5 years. Of builds that I've done, and yeah, just sharing those so I can catch up to the present day. Probably will be done by the end of the summer. Anyhow, if y'all don't have any other questions, I'll actually see if there's anyone to raid. Wait, let's look. Whatever happened to my dashboard? Okay. Does the guy still bang on the lamppost at 7 every night? Oh, not anymore, I would say. That's a good thing that you brought up. Minterly is streaming. We could raid Minterly. You guys want to raid Nat Minterly? Let's do that, shall we? Yeah. Let's go raid her. Okay. So let's raid Minterly. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Andy also on. Oh, I'm sorry guys. It is a little late now. Anyway, Solji, thank you so much for tuning in. Saturn OG, thank you. I hope you can figure out the crossword puzzle that I didn't end up figuring out all day today. But yeah. Yeah, GG, I'm sorry, Tommy, GG Jody boy. Anyhow, I'll see you guys around. I actually won't be able to take photos of this guy, which is unfortunate. The client is picking this up locally very soon, so I won't get the chance to do that. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yes, you guys can use Decorate cat bag. Hehe. Alrighty, let's go. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you guys next time. I think I'll be building another 65% next time, so I'll catch you then. See ya.